I have amazing things happening this year in the creation. I've been through the University of Life. I was a nurse for over 15 years. I qualified in NLP, breakthrough coaching, Bob Proctor's material as a consultant. I have an expansive awareness, but first and foremost, I'm me. I have my kids, they're my highest priority. I'm married to my husband Lee for nearly 10 years. We made a huge transition to Australia last year as another goal achieved. But I am building my life through my awareness, through living it my way on my own terms. That's what the good life approach means for me. And what I want you to ask yourself is, what does your good life look like for you? And most importantly, what does it feel like? We have the incredible Damien Kingsley here. We have the incredible Bernard. There's some phenomenal people in this room. So I recommend that you click and follow what other people are doing here, because there's people here building legacies, really building it out with the truth of who they are and utilising the wisdom and experience that you have. So I want you to really think about that. The phenomenal Lark here, Professor. I've seen some of your content there the past couple of weeks as well. We're incredible people doing incredible things, and it's okay to say that. That's not ego-based. But this is asking yourself today, the things that you desire, the things that have come to you through your heart, through your higher intuition, through your higher process. What is it calling you to do? When you open your heart, when you ask yourself, when you're in a meditation, when you're sitting quiet, when you're just sitting in the raw, naked truth of you, what is your heart or soul calling for you to do? What is that whisper? Or what is it that you're feeling? What is your purpose of why you believe that you're here on this earth? Because my belief is that we are all here for a reason. We're all here for that evolution, for that expansion and growth. And this is where the mind shifting comes in, folks. This is where I really want you to go back to your base camp, go back to basics, go back to the raw, naked truth of you. Because whatever you're building out, whatever business or area or corporate or thing that you are working on and living through, ask yourself, whatever you're doing, is this coming from a place of ego, or is it coming from a place of love? Have you opened your heart and allowed your inner child to heal? Have you opened your heart and allowed yourself to bring out the things that have shaped you, that you can now utilise as the wisdom, the things that have built your path for why you're here? Have you allowed yourself, given yourself the permission? And I'm going deep straight away, folks, on this, so stay with me, please. Stay in the room, have a pen and paper or a napkin, just write down these nuggets, because I want you to do the work on you, because this is why I believe that I'm here. It's to question you, to challenge you, to support you, to be your cheerleader, but to make you feel uncomfortable, so that you move out of your comfort zone and ask yourself these critical questions to grow you, to really get you to dig deeper as to why you're here. What is your purpose? And this all translates back to being your authentic self, to how you show up in the world. And when you're firm, when you're asking yourself these deeper questions, digging deeper, this is where you have the ability to neutralize the things that are showing up in your life, and then ask yourself, okay, so if this is why I believe I'm here, if this is why you believe you're here, is it to speak the truth? Is it to plant seeds? Is it to enlighten people? Is it to take people through your process? Then what things do you procrastinate about internally? What is that dialogue within you? I need to actually work on this, but I'm not going to yet. I need to have somebody that's going to challenge me and support me, but I'm not ready to be vulnerable yet. Maybe you're not ready to step into the courage, to the truth, to actually look at the shadows that are with you so that you can then move from darkness unto light to shine your light even more powerful, to magnify. And the reason I'm going deeper, folks, and the reason I'm saying this, because I know you are all incredible, but I know that there are people on this specific call that need to hear this, that are doing incredible things, that are wanting to build out and grow and evolve and do create that phenomenal impact, not just for this generation, but for generations to come. And this is why I want you to ask the question, what inner work, what deeper work are you procrastinating about? I'll do that after. I have all this logical stuff to do. I have all this tick, tick, tick things to do. So I'll work on me after. If we are our point of attraction, folks, in absolutely every way that we show up in our world, if you have something or some things, and now before I say this, folks, please know I am always working on me. Things always show up in my world. And this is my standard, my base point, to go from neutrality. Because when I remain neutral, it gives me the courage and the empowerment to move forward. I have a business coach. I have a mind shift mentor. I have accountability partners that know a lot more expansive stuff. They challenge me, they grow me, they support me, they make me feel uncomfortable. Because I live on the edge of this wanting to know more. So if this connects with you, reach out, have a conversation. Because if you are ready to know more about you, this were my skill set from a really young age that I've built and formulated over my lifetime through my school of university, really stands for me. And I'm really, really good at this because this has been my lifetime experience. So what are you procrastinating on that you need to work on to grow and expand your awareness, your belief, your ability? What legacy are you looking to build out for generations to come? When you're on your deathbed, do you want to sit and say, oh, I should have done that. I wish I had dug deeper. I wish I had have paid attention, took that opportunity, moved out of my comfort zone. What things are you doing, or what things are you doing right now just to tick a box that are easy? When we are in an ease and flow of something, this is where our momentum builds. This is where we grow and expand. But it's about asking yourself, am I in my comfort zone on something? What am I giving out about? Show of hands, have any of you heard of the do it now method?
No, I have now.
Not many.
Only thanks
so
to
this,
you.
none. So I want you to write this down, Jackie, yeah, because this is something that I mention and work with all my clients. This is the do it now. And folks, it's not this crazy highfalutin thing. It's easy. Do it now. Write that down. We have an energy set of limiting beliefs, paradigms, habits, blueprints, whatever you want to call them. It doesn't really matter. And I don't want you to get bogged down in this thing of, oh, I have 100 things to work on. I want you to just know that you are exactly where you're meant to be at in this moment in time. And I want you to look at your most dominant overriding emotion. What thing shows up in your world all the time? What thing on a similar theme triggers a set emotion in you that then sets off a chain of events? that gives you a big enough excuse to procrastinate on something. I'll do that next week. I'll do it tomorrow. What emotion overrides where you go into that automatic spin and then you go into the automatic same scenario, same experience, and then you're going back round in circles like Groundhog Day, where you're like, how am I here again? I get you to ask these questions because you know you can say from the teeth out and fool other people, but you know what you are doing internally. So when you are not being truthful or honest with yourself, everybody knows anyway, not because you've had said it from the teeth out, but because your emotion, vibration, your feeling, your energy and motion, they are all exactly the same thing. It's your energy in motion. Your emotion, your feeling, your most strongest emotion is your energy in motion, and it is also your point of attraction. So if you are lying to yourself, ignoring the truth from your heart, from your soul, from your essence, if you're pretending you're okay, saying you're okay from the teeth out, the subconscious part of your mind, you cannot fool, you cannot trick, you cannot pretend on your energy. So whatever that most dominant feeling is, whether you're procrastinating and putting a different name on it, you're still going to get the same result because your subconscious speaks the language of your most dominant emotion, your most dominant feeling, your most dominant energy that is not in your intellectual, educated mind, folks. It's not in the thought process or the speaking. It is in the energy in your body. And if I ask you to just close down your eyes and pay attention to where you're holding that energy right now in this real-time moment, where is it? Is it like a knot in the pit of your stomach? Has it gone to a vice grip in your head or your shoulders? Is it in your abdomen? Is it in your heart? Have you got palpitations right now? Are you going, holy shit, ooh, I wasn't expecting that? Because that is the emotion that is ruling your life and giving you every result you want. Or don't want. What did it want? Are you following me, folks?
Yes, I'm following you.
Just a show of hands or hearts. Are you here? Are you present? Are you in the room?
Yeah, I certainly am.
I go about my life after these audio events and I love being in them because it fills me, it feeds me, it's part of my purpose, the way I'm here to share. So take what you need. If you're sitting going, oh my God, this connects, jump on a call and have a conversation because it's about taking you to the next layer of you, to understanding and lifting that veil. So ask yourself about procrastination. Write down internally, what am I procrastinating on right now? What inner work do I need to do? Do you need to do right now to elevate your energy and emotion, to elevate the point of attraction? Because when you continue to procrastinate, folks, you will continue to bring more of the same results. Annie, would you like to chime in on this in regards to procrastination and how you actually, some good examples of how you adopt the Do It Now method?
Yeah, for sure. It's procrastination is a thing that I think it affects all of us. And I think I find different ways to explain, to justify to myself why I should do it later. I think that's it's a bad habit, which I realize looking back now. But I say looking back, but also looking forward. There's always something that needs doing. That's I guess I'm very good at saying, okay, it's not urgent. I shan't do it now. I mean, when you run a business, there's always things. There's many things that need doing, right? There's always something that needs doing. I think having the discipline to just get on with it and just do it is hard than it sounds. I think being human, I fear. I'm always I'm wary of that thing's gonna take. It could take longer than I think it's gonna take. So yes, I need to write that report. Yes, I need to send that email. But I might find myself stuck there, done. I might find myself stuck there for hours, all day. You know, and normally it's not the task that's gonna keep me there. It's the distractions around it. So to send that email, for example, I have to open my inbox. I have to fight through the hundreds of emails that are looking at me. I've got 2,700 emails looking at me at the moment. By the time I spend a couple of hours faffing with those, getting to my task, now I've lost a few more hours in my day. So I'm quite good at saying, right, I shan't open my inbox at all. But no, ultimately, Donna, the cost is the anxiety we get, and the anxiety I get, knowing that thing in the back of your mind is just sitting there. I know it has to be done, and until I do it, I don't have peace. I don't have peace of mind. And as I'm well aware, without that peace of mind, I can't be in a good vibration to attract the good things that I want in life. That's a realization. It's so I'm lucky to be here today, knowing that I've got some of the big things out of the way in the last couple of days. Because for those that don't know, this time of the year, today is what we call tax return, self-assessment tax return day in the UK. It's a day where we must submit our taxes to our accountants, and then we get a lovely bill from HMRC, how much is tax and revenue people, right? So it's a big day, So of course you have to get your reports right. You have to make sure you don't miss anything out. You have to make sure everything is complete, and then also you have to make sure that you're ready to pay the bill that comes with it, right? These are things that I could have done this a year. I could have done this 6 months ago. Alas, we wait until the deadline day. But no, at least mine is done. It feels like a weight lifted off my shoulders to know it's actually done and it's gone. And the way I've learned to do it is simply by having the big notes in front of me, as you told me to do, Donna. And I have that note there that says, "Do it now. Just do it now." What's my waiting for? I think that it's a constant process. It's a constant battle with myself to get things done now. As you're saying, be honest with yourself. I guess if I look honestly, there's many more things that I could just knock out and get done. Alas, I'm human, and I'm still learning. I'm improving slightly. I'm improving. I'm getting better at doing. But I know there's a long way to go to be that person who just gets on with it and just does it without procrastinating at all. That way I just feel less stress. Let me do some welcomes before I come back to you, Donna, if that's all right. So I see my friend Liliana's here. Welcome, Elizabeth. That's something I procrastinate about. I got Elizabeth's 3 books that she wants republished. I'm just gonna have to get on with it, rather than saying I'll look at it tomorrow and then come back to you, Elizabeth. I know it has to be done, so I would say I will stop procrastinating and get on with. No, after this call, I'll get on your books for sure. Teresa, I see you. See my twin on LinkedIn, Miss Angelica, is here. Welcome, Shegun. I see you, Gary. Welcome, Roxana. It's another part of our anthology, Glad you're here, my sister. It was great. Can I say we are talking about the anthology now, Roxana. We'll get the World Must Know is coming out end of February. So the marketing starts before your book comes out, right? So let's all meet. Let's create a plan. Let's start marketing our book before the day comes. Mark, welcome. Tara and David, I see you. Nice that you're next to each other because you are the metaverse people. So I'm glad you're here. Regine, hopefully I pronounced your name properly. I have no idea. So my good friend Kenneth, glad you're here. So amazing Jackie. Jackie went over retreat audio rooms these days, and I love those. Maybe because I want to go on a holiday, and I'm procrastinating about that as well. I just need to just book a holiday and have a break. But I'm busy. Yeah, procrastination in action, Donna. Honestly. So menopause dietitian Lisa is here. So super coach Brenda Lisa, I see you. Anita, Jennifer, thank you all for joining us. And my good friend, the LinkedIn angel Marsha is here as well. So Marsha, I love how you started your charity. You're not for profit without procrastinating. And happy birthday too. A young 40, honestly. You're so young. One day you'd know. But thank you all for joining us. So just to me, I'm sure we haven't mentioned you yet, but I'm glad you're here. So Bernard, have I mentioned you? Maybe I have. I'm glad you're all here, my friends. Yeah, so that's Donna. Please, I'll give it back to you. See, procrastination is a thing that I'm still fighting with. And because for my mental health, for my sense of self, I need to just get things done. Like I said, it never ends. I give it back to you though.
Thank you for sharing that, Emmy. So I see we have a few people coming up, and when you're coming up onto the stage, I want you to ask yourself, how is procrastination showing up in your world, and what tools do you use that you can share with the audience of benefit that you find good to move you forward, or what questions do you have on that to move you forward? And I'll share one last tip, because I talked about it there, was the do it now method. The part of our head where our thoughts come in, and then they latch on to a feeling, that program, and then we take the action to do something. You have about 30 seconds, or probably less, depending on current research, of that thought coming in before you actually talk yourself out of it, before you make an excuse, because your body, your physical body, your paradigm, your mindset loves to stay in your comfort zone. So when you actually understand the function of your physical bag of bones, when you understand the function of your mindset, the function of your brain, the function of your logical thinking, when you understand the function of your subconscious mind, this is no longer like magic, folk. It's no longer a frustration, because it's the same as driving a car. But in this human physical world, we are not knowingly taught in school by the education system. We have to go and have our own experiences in the school of life or the university of life before we either crash and burn. And for me, that was multiple times. Before we sit up and pay attention and say, okay, I'm going to make the decision and be guided to what I need to learn next. And this is what your process and your journey of this lifetime is about. Why are you here? What is your purpose? What are you here to learn? What is your next step? What is your legacy that you're here to create? What's your purpose? And so coming back to that, it's when you notice thoughts coming in, start observing yourself. I've done a deep dive in studying me for over 3 years now, and it is incredible the insights that you gain on you and the courage you gain from being neutral. So when the ego comes in and says, who do you think you are? When it comes in and says, you can't do that, you can't grow that, they're way better than you couldn't be there, who do you think you are? Know that we are all one, that we all come from the one source, that we all come from the one energy, and that we are all ultimately connected through our heart, through love, through this main vibration. And that when you come from that place and open your heart and ask your soul, ask your truth, ask your heart, why am I here? What is my belief of why I'm here to serve? Everything will change. So when you're then asking, what do I need to do next? Who do I need to reach out to? What is the right next step for me, for my life, for my lessons, for where I am expanding and growing in my awareness, for where I want to take my legacy, for where I want to take the next process in my personal and professional world. Then the right people, the right places, the right experiences, the right opportunities will align with you, with your energy, like a radio frequency. You will dial into that. But if you allow procrastination, your overriding comfort zone, to kick in, which it always, always will, if you allow that to kick in and pay attention, you will talk yourself out of it because it's part of your blueprint. It's part of your automatic function. It's your habitual behavior. So that's your go-to. So you have to be aware enough to actually nip that in the bud and put this into practice, folks. If you want to clear procrastination, you have to consciously make yourself aware by using your educated mind. Write out triggers, write out, do it now, have it on your screensaver, have it on your computer, write it on your hand, tattoo it on your forehead. We are all seeking something. It is up to you to adopt the do it now method. And if you jump in with that method and shout out, do it now, when you get an idea, and then write down the idea and say, just keep repeating to yourself, do it now, do it now, do it now, do it now. And then stop and ask yourself, what do I need to do now? What action do I need to take? What thing do I need to explore? I'll leave it on that, folks, because the rest is up to you. We have quite a few people. So when